Hi pandas! So I know this is a different way of looking at things for my videos, but I wanted to share with you my art journal, recovery book, whatever you want to call it. Everybody has kind of a different way of looking at it. But this started as just an undated planner, and I didn't actually know what I was going to do with it because I have my unicorn planner that I write all my appointments and everything in, but I loved the colors on it and how artsy it was, and so I thought at some point maybe it would be like a sketchbook kind of thing. But I wanted to share with you, so this is a Jane Davenport one. I got it at Michael's, and I love the little sketches and everything like that. So it's a 12-month planner, but like I said, it wasn't dated. And so it has a place for projects and notes and things like this. So I have a friend on Facebook. We met in a pen pal group, and she had done kind of stuff for her backpack, aftercare, rewards, stuff for Littlespace, and little questions, things like that. And it was a lot of really good ideas. And so I wanted to write them down when she shared them with the group, so that I would have them kind of for reference. And so then each month has like this card of art from the Jane Davenport. So then each month has just like these splotches, and so I used them to do some doodles on. Here's my little funky flowers for January. And anytime there's space that's not used, I try to add something, whether it is quotes or art. This is for work. It's the fish philosophy based on the guys who throw fish up in Seattle. So trying to do some things to make work a more positive environment. Things that make me happy. You know, I notice that a lot of littles really struggle with mental health issues, and, you know, I'm certainly no different, and that's really hard to talk about sometimes, but it's one of those things that I'm trying to be supportive of others, and people have been really supportive of me in addition to that. And so that's why this book is not just a journal, not just a planner, but it's also like a recovery book, because I have a lot of stuff that I'm working through. So it's important to remember things that make you happy, because sometimes it's easy to focus on the negative stuff or the stuff that you're struggling with. And then I also use the space down below for quotes. This one is just believe in yourself. And so you can do just about anything you want in here. She did it anyway. If you've ever taken classes by Melody Ross, she is amazing. And this is one of the things I got from one of her classes. It's like, you know, it's all of the excuses or reasons that we come up with for not doing something. Like, she was tired, she was hurting, she was frustrated, she was angry, but she did it anyway. And so I love that. And then you can do hard things. And then this is a Winnie the Pooh quote. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. And then I also do like daily journaling too. But I have these pens. These are the I want to say Smellos. That's probably not right. Centos. I knew I was close. Anyway, but each one smells like fruit. And so I had this empty day, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to put these in here because they're fun. But I do like using them in here. And then I also use the Flare pens. I like these a lot because they don't bleed through. So it's just more of my journaling, and sometimes I don't feel like writing anything, and that's okay too, because I don't want this book to be more stress, if that makes sense. So like, here's the end of the month here, and so I had this whole other page, and that's where I added another quote: do what you can with what you have where you are. And so I thought that was a good one. These are my little funky birds. I love drawing these. They're really fat and funny, and the wings are all different. And but the quote is, "You must find the place inside yourself where nothing is impossible." So again, it was like an extra week in the book, and so it was a good place for a quote. This is more of the little notebook stuff for future reference mostly. Things that I'm trying to remember because I don't have a caregiver, and I kind of have to be my own. Here's another divider with some of her artwork on it. And then I filled in these with patterns like you would use in Zentangle or something like that. Here's another one of those. I'm working on these. They're called, or some people call them Zendangles. And I think they're a lot of fun. And then I just started taking a new medication for depression. And so I kind of write in there some of the ways that it makes me feel so I can talk to the doctor about it. Broken crayons, still color, super important to remember that. Here's another one of my little Zendangles. I just love how colorful and whimsical they are. There's my name. And then I got this idea off of Pinterest. Pinterest is dangerous. They have so many cool ideas, but this is a mood tracker for the month of February. And so there's a raindrop for each day, and then I have a little color-coded thing here at the bottom so that I can kind of keep track of how I'm doing mood-wise. You know, and of course when you're struggling, you tend to get more of the anxious or tired ones and less of the positive ones, but it's something to work on. And then I like just adding little doodles across the bottom. This is my first attempt at feathers and a dream catcher. I like the dream catcher. The feathers are kind of I still need to work on those. But dream your dreams with your eyes closed, but live your dreams with your eyes open. And I think that's cool. It's, you know, not missing out on things. And then I tried this. This is an hourly mood tracker, but I kind of found it to be more depressing than helpful, and so I probably won't do those anymore. But then I also do like notes for, this is things I can do at work that will help me get through the day. More little doodles. I also like playing with the different lettering. I thought this with the little hearts was really cute. And a lot of this, you know, I get from inspiration Pinterest. Bullet journaling comes up with all kinds of cool ideas for things that you can add to any form of book. And that's kind of why I started this, because I was thinking, hey, I want to start a bullet journal because I want to add art to it, but then I was like, I'm never going to finish that if I do that. So this is self-care stuff. You got to remember that self-care is not selfish. We can't take care of other people if we don't take care of ourselves. Things you can control, and so really important, because sometimes we feel like we can't control anything. And then don't quit. Do it. Do it. And then working on a fundraiser for medical bills. And then I just started, March, I just did like some little spirals, one of my dandelions. It doesn't have a whole lot in it yet because we're not in March. But somebody, friend of mine, gave me this quote, and so I had to add it. Give yourself permission to act like a child, to view the world with wonder and excitement, to let your mind be free. Really, really good for littles to remember that. And then I also already put my March mood tracker in here. These are super easy to do, even if you're not artistic. I had this paper punch, and I punched out a piece of cardstock, and then I just traced it however many times I need. I didn't want to do 31 individual stars, so I just cut them in half. So each star is 2 different days, but it's the same ideas as my other one. So that's the mood tracker for March. And that is my recovery book so far. If you have a recovery book or a notebook or a little journal, put it down in the comments, because I would love to see what you do. And I think that you guys are amazing. And thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, because you totally deserve it. Bye, pandas.